Yesterday, Glasgow made history when it opened the doors of the UK's first legal drug consumption room. Now, the facility will allow drug addicts to take substances under medical supervision. It's being funded by the Scottish Government, and they say the aim of the centre is to help drug users access wider support, as well as reduce the risk of viruses. The law stands firm on those found in possession of illegal drugs, but users at the so-called drug room wouldn't be prosecuted. This is quite a diversion. We've not had this before in this country. What are your views on it, Eileen?
So with the charity work that I've done, I've seen these kind of rooms in other countries. And I get why there must be a lot of warning signals for a lot of people. You know, who in their right mind is going to want that at the bottom of their road or near their school? Saying that, I think it must be indicative of where the Scottish Government feel they've reached. They must have exhausted all other avenues. And ultimately, what's the alternative? Do you want drug paraphernalia at the bottom of school playgrounds or in car parks or in playgrounds? So if this makes sure that it's consolidated and at the end of it there's help, there's an overview of who is visiting. And also let's remember that the dial has moved as to what a drug addict looks like. It's not necessarily people in shop doorways. You know, some people who will be using this facility will then be going on to work. You know, drug users take many forms because of lots of different scenarios that life has hit them with. So I think that we complain if the government does something, we complain if the government doesn't do something. Hopefully, this will change.
Yeah. I mean, as you say, clearly they feel that there's a need for it. I mean, my concern would be if it, and I'm assuming that this is what they're going to do, is that once they've got them into this room, they can then say to them, OK, let's look at the reasons behind why you're in this situation. Can we help you? You know, which is obviously better than trying to get access to them when they're sort of out and about on the streets. But, Sue, what's your view?
I think it has to be a good idea in the sense that, you know, if it's going to create safer practice, if people are not going to die in the street by taking... from what I understand, it's like they are still going to be bringing in their drug of use and it will be screened to see what's in it. But there will be medical people there to act if there was an overdose.
Yeah, I don't think they are going to screen the drug.
No.
But obviously what they do is provide clean...
But it's going to... If it's going to stop people dying, then that you know, obviously that makes sense. I do hope it is going to be followed up with signposting, with, you know, with information and access to detox, to housing, to social care, to mental health care. Because at the end of the day, it's going to free up resources. The amount of ambulances that are called to drug overdoses in the street is going to free up those resources. I mean, I have my daughter-in-law is a paramedic, and I know how often, you know, they're called out to that. So, yes, I hope so. But I think it'll only work if they get the community on board.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Linda,
I think at least they're trying. I mean, you walk along the high street every day. I mean, I know most of the people that are sleeping in doorways now and everything. There's a man called Tom that we go and visit outside a bakery every day. And now even the bakery's not charging because they know that he wants a cup of hot chocolate and a cake or whatever. And it is an addiction at the end of the day, and at least they're trying to do something about it because but for the grace of God, that could happen to any one of us, you know, like... And I've seen firsthand, I mean, I travelled around America a few years ago with a programme called Gone to Pot, which showed the benefits of medicinal cannabis and not so good for the recreational cannabis. But it was stopping this little girl that was having up to 90 seizures a day, stopping the seizures and everything, and Parkinson's.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit... The medical issue is a whole sort of separate one. But we've had quite a mixed bag of comments on this. Susie, the problem is the dealers. I don't know what the answer is to help people get off this stuff. It's evil. So many young lives are lost to drugs. Any way to keep someone safe, I understand. Kelsey, it's about as useful as a chocolate kettle. What a waste of money. She's talking about the drug consumption rooms. And Jade thinks it's a brilliant idea. So, yeah, I mean, mixed views.
I don't know about you, but walking through the city, the amount of discarded needles that you see, and, you know, that it's always a worry to see that when you've got young kids, so...
But we definitely need to tackle the reasons why they're becoming addicts.